Hello, everyone. Dan Barefoot here, checking in from balmy Los Angeles, California.
And I'm MJ, broadcasting as always from the vibrant, ever energized city of Bogota, Colombia. You're tuned into WIN StreamIt, your front row seat to the innovations shaping digital graphics.
Welcome back to another episode of WIN StreamIt. We've hosted some incredible guests during 2025, and today we're keeping the momentum going with a powerhouse conversation featuring our good friends from EasyGroup US.
Absolutely, Dan. Joining us are members of the EasyGroup management team, serial entrepreneurs behind a number of companies you've probably heard of, including the widely recognized DTG Pro.
And now they're making waves again. EasyGroup recently unveiled a brand new product line called MagicLine, bringing to market some of the most inventive, category shifting products we've seen in apparel decoration. Most companies launch one or two patent pending ideas, but if I'm not mistaken, MagicLine is dropping 6 this year alone.
6 brand new innovations, fresh branding, and an entirely new printing technology. There is a lot to dive into today, Dan.
MJ, you're not kidding. Hey, I'm thrilled to introduce our guest and honored that they chose WIN StreamIt as the place to reveal so many of these new products. So let's welcome our good friends, Dr. Dimitri Constantinou and Michael Diz from MagicLine. Hey, welcome, guys.
Welcome, Dimitri, Michael. Thank you
Good
for
morning.
being here. Good morning. One of my absolute favorite parts of streaming is learning how our guests found their way into this amazing industry, multiple
Mhm.
companies, ventures, and countries along the way. I think our viewers would really enjoy hearing your stories. So please go ahead.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and nice to be on your show today. You hit the nail on the head. We do have some, I think, pretty exciting and interesting products and a new technology that we're bringing to the market. Your question about background, well, don't want to bore you with the details. I don't talk typically too much about myself, but my entry, I guess, into the printing industry happened while I was a college student and ran out of ink. It was one of those see a need, fill a need kind of moments. And I think I still have my original cartridge from my very first printer. I have it here on my desk. And
Wow.
it was a multi-pass back in
What year?
the
What was that? What kind?
Canon multi-pass.
Okay.
And with my camera here. So ran out of ink, walked down to the bookstore, and discovered, as we all know, that sometimes the cost of the printer is cheaper than the replacement inks. Figured out a way to get into this cartridge, and thought I had invented something. So got into the ink business, and the rest, as they say, is history.
But what
Okay.
Dimitri's not telling you is that he was in college to be a doctor, and he is a doctor.
Wow.
So he probably hides that. But yeah, don't get injured because he'll tell you all the things that you need to fix yourself.
My biggest fear is being on an airplane and having that call. Is there a doctor on board?
And you have to admit it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, what about you, Michael?
uh, Studied business and then came out and got involved in all kinds of industries, film industry, and then got into e-commerce. And that's how Dimitri and I met, because Dimitri was a major player, became a major player in the refillable ink space, and he got a very firm understanding of inks. Got involved with chemistry and chemists, and really understood the differences between pigments and dyes and things like that. And then Dimitri will probably tell you, but he got involved with the Department of Defense and formulated inks, specialty inks for military applications at very high levels. And so from there, the company was just very focused on inks and specialty inks. And Dimitri can tell you more, but all kinds of specialty inks related to not only decorating of garments, but decorating of foods and things like that.
Fantastic. It's always very interesting to hear what people's background are as they get into this industry. Hey, but later in the session, we'll finish off with our Win Pong Q&A, which MJ will explain shortly. But I'm really eager to dive into the heart of our discussion, the new Magic line of products. Dimitri, Michael, why don't you give us an overview of the new products?
So MagicLine is the birthchild of a product line that focuses on solving problems. I think for a long time, we all get stuck in our hamster wheel of selling the equivalent products with our own brands and our own slight innovations. And one of the things personally, in my story is seeing a lot of things that I've done or that we've done being emulated, or for lack of a better word, copied. And they say that imitation is the best form of flattery. But every now and then it doesn't feel that way. So one of the things that we've done, especially this year, is put a lot of effort behind innovation and also protecting that innovation. So we have a number of patents pending for our Magic line of products that are at the core of it solving problems that the industry has and creating also new technologies and new ways of doing things. Our very first Magic line product is a product that we call Magic Seal. There's a Magic Spray version and there's a Magic Sheet version. The Magic Seal Spray, if you will, and the Magic Seal Sheet. And this is an innovative product that is a solution which we offer in a spray kit form that is designed to make your digital prints, whether it's DTF, DTG, white toner transfer, vinyl, as well as other technologies, although we developed it for DTF, but we found that it does work across the other technologies as well pretty well and has been adopted across those industries, makes your finished print softer to the touch. One of the complaints that everybody knows we've seen in the industry over time, moving as the industry has moved, and I've seen it at least move from silk screening into DTG, into DTF, into white toner transfer, and so forth, is people are always comparing, well, how does it really feel to the touch? Vinyl being, that one outlier where it's like really plasticky, DTF being also, well, it's not as good as DTG. So we've seen a lot of success with our Magic Seal products, improving the hand feel of the printed garment. And then by second nature, also improving the washability of that garment because it embeds the prints deeper into the fabrics of the shirts. So Magic Seal was our first success with the Magic line product line.
Actually, it was a very, very surprising, raging success, Dan. It took off, and we had customers that we didn't think would find it useful, saying, "Hey, I cannot ship product anymore unless I have your product in stock." When it went out of stock, turns out that the end users, the recipients of the product, can literally feel the difference between a non sprayed garment versus a regular garment that they get from their local DTF supplier. So definitely the chemistry involved definitely makes an impact, but it's a very subjective thing because how do you feel microns? How do you feel stretchability? How do you feel that kind of thing? But for those that are finely tuned and finely aware and have good communication with their end users, they all are ensuring that they have adequate supply of the product and are using the product like in every single print. So it took us by surprise, and we realized that there's in our R&D, we have a very focused R&D facility. And in our R&D, we try all kinds of different things, things that people would never, think to do, we try to break everything. We mix all kinds of things. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. We'll try it, and we found some very, very surprising results. And like most, I think most very high-end inventions, they are often a result of a happy accident or
Hmm.
a happy coincidence. And in our space, we're finding the same thing, that from one invention that has it's a radical success, we're finding that accidentally we're discovering there's some other side effects of these things, and we can double down and focus on those. And that's what we have with our new line. Our entire Magic line is based on these innovative happy accidents. But our background, as some of you may know, is in the inks, but also in the printers, right?
Hmm.
DTG, DTF, and so on and so forth. And since we're a company that's very focused on product, we often deal with customers through our support, right? Customers do all kinds of things. They don't follow instructions, or they're new to something, or they change employees and they just don't know what they're doing many times as new employees. So we have all the support nightmares that you can imagine. And one of the main things is white ink and the clogging of white ink, and the feel of something. It feels too thick. It feels like this and that. So we hear all these um, pain points. And Dimitri is very finely tuned to zeroing in on how do we fix the problem? How do we find the solution? And
I
so
mean, that's the
that's
best way. Anytime when you have a new product, and if you're developing it to fix a problem
Yeah.
with a solution,
right,
that's exactly what you're looking for in a product
right,
launch.
right. And so this is the kind of genesis of the Magic Line. The
Okay.
story is that we set out to do one thing. And surprisingly, it did better than we thought. And now we've expanded that into other areas that are also surprising us, and that are also, I think, going to radically change the landscape in this field. And I'll let Dimitri elucidate more on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just touching back a little bit on the Magic Seal product, like I said, and Michael's right, some of these things and some of the greatest inventions weren't really, designed as such to begin with. Although we set out, with with a certain project, but for example, Velcro, I believe, was accidentally discovered. But
Hmm.
we our foray into vinyl. So one of the industries that we've overlooked when we got into the digital textile printing industry, which, as Michael alluded to earlier, goes back, more than a decade. With a U.S. government project where we developed a solution for digital camouflage printing. This was a high-tech, partly confidential project to develop an advanced ink chemistry and software management system for digital camouflage,
Hmm.
the digital managed camouflage and predictive camouflage, I should say. But kind of looking at some of the main technological approaches to apparel decoration, we overlooked the vinyl industry because we went straight into digital, direct to garment, direct to film. Um, we're talking now 2018, 2019 time period. When we were playing around with the DTF side of things, which we were calling something else at the time. But my point about vinyl is we've now come full circle back to the vinyl industry, and that's our new launch of a new technology where we believe we have a much better alternative to the vinyl industry, because the vinyl industry still plays a role. It has its pros and its cons, just like all the technologies. But Magic Seal was, our first Magic Line product. Michael touched on, the other thing I'll just mention about the Magic Seal product is, it's one of those things where you get some non-believers, it's a little subjective. We've had some of our competitors coming out with negative advertising. And that's fine. We'll take it on the chin, not a problem. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can discern the difference. Not everybody appreciates the difference. Making a better hand feel in the DTF space, for example, is dependent on a lot of factors, of course. It
Hmm.
depends on your software, your asterization effects, your ink chemistry,
How much ink applied?
your film quality, how much ink you've applied, your powder thickness, a lot of factors. So there's a lot of ways that you can improve the hand feel. But for the average market, using average techniques, average, products, the hand feels not as good as it could be, and Magic Seal makes all that difference. And I can tell you that, probably the number one comment that we've seen, and there's hundreds of them, online and in social media, is this is a game changer. And one of the things that we also serendipitously, I would say, experienced was this is a game changer for vinyl. So it brought to the fore how strong the vinyl industry still is to us, from our perspective, but also how much of a problem the hand feel problem is in the vinyl industry. And then, again, see a need for lean. Well, let's take a look at the vinyl industry. What are they experiencing? Oh, the weeding. Oh, nobody likes to weed. So we've got a solution to that vinyl industry, which we are calling HTF. Instead of HTV, heat transfer vinyl, it's heat transfer foil, or HTF. We have patent pendings, we have trademarks on our technologies and our MagicLine brands, and we can talk more about those. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but do you want me to talk about some of the other MagicLine products?
Yeah, I think if you should go through your 6 different products. You've touched on several of them here, but with 6 products coming into the market so quickly, it's really interesting. Just go down the line with the 6.
Okay, so our MagicLine of products is launched on dtgpro.com as the inaugural reseller for the MagicLine products. We are in discussions with a number of dealers, and we will be offering the MagicLine products through other resellers very shortly. But at the fore here, you see the Magic Seal product, which I described. It comes in a spray form as well as a refill form. There's also the Magic Seal sheet. And on the dtgpro.com website, if you go there and you click on any of the products and you scroll down, you'll see some additional media, including FAQs and social media posts, both from us but also from our customers. Michael mentioned it's subjective to the touch, but you could also see it. And there are a lot of comparisons done by customers, with versus without. And probably not going to do a good job on the screen right now, but you can see prints embedded deeper into the fabric.
Yeah, so just to give a clarity to the overview, this is a product that you spray after you've applied your DTF print to the t-shirt and you've pressed it. You spray it and then heat press it again, and the chemistry takes the chemical bond and assists it in getting closer into the fibers. So it almost acts as a cutting agent that cuts a little bit more into the fibers, cuts a little bit into the ink, and then combines it together with adhesion. But during that process, it takes down the thickness level of the print, and that's essentially what it does. And that's the magic of what it does. Is when you take 2 side by side, and you feel the one and you feel the other, you feel a distinct, I wouldn't say very distinct, but a distinct difference in the thickness and in the stretchability. And of course, we have the washability as an additional side benefit. So that's the essence of this initial product.
I clicked through here just onto one of the Instagram posts by one of our customers here, and I think you could probably appreciate this on screen, where you can see this, I believe, is a polyester jacket or a windbreaker. Yeah, polyester windbreaker, where you can see the fibers coming through the prints.
Yeah.
One of the serendipitous findings, by the way, with the Magic Seal product is that it also works on shirts that have long been printed and gone through multiple washes. So some people have their favorite shirt that's slowly fading over time, and the Magic Seal product still works on those to preserve and improve their washability and their lastedness.
So it's maintaining the adhesion and helping the ink stick to the fibers.
So with regards to washability, what are you seeing from an improvement in washability?
So washability is also a little subjective, because how do you really measure it? We in our tests, we see that you're getting a longer life cycle and more washability. It depends on the printing technology, of course. They're all different, DTG versus DTF. But 50 plus washes is, without a doubt, not a problem, and probably a lot more than that.
Yeah, the given in DTG space is 100 to 200 washes, and similar for DTF. However, there's some provisos. How are you washing it? Is it hot? Is it cold? Are you turning the shirt inside
Sure.
out? So there's a whole subjectivity here. But what we do in testing is we'll do what most I would say pre-treatment companies and companies that make chemistry do. They'll do the gamut of washes, and then they'll also introduce things like rocks, stones, things like that, to give it a little bit more roughness to it, just to see if it'll handle it. And that's our process. It's just numbers of washes and then some aggressive washes to see how over a period of time, several months, what is the result, and we look at that and compare that.
Here's another example I just pulled up of left being no Magic Seal, right being with Magic Seal. So
there's not an impact on color, correct?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, what it is. It doesn't enhance anything except adhesion and reduce the thickness of the. Essentially, what is really making things thick is the in the sense of a DTF or is the thermal polymer, essentially the glue.
Okay.
So thick layer of glue reduced to a thinner layer of glue. That's essentially primarily what's happening. There's also a little bit of chemistry in helping the ink bond a little closer to the thermal polymer, which then bonds to the fibers.
And you're using this with vinyl as well?
I'm sorry?
No, that's a different line that Dimitri's now going to introduce. These are new products that he just did a very kind of stealth soft launch a few days ago, which he's going to talk about, which we think is really worth noting. So
okay, so DTG, DTF, and white toner products, you're using this with those products, not vinyl.
No, also vinyl. So the Magic Seal product, we developed it for DTF, but it works very, very well for vinyl, DTG, and white toner transfer.
Okay. Perfect.
So that's our Magic Seal. Michael touched on, probably what I would assume is the biggest complaint in the digital printing industry, and that is clogging. Mm-hmm. So we have developed, as have others, a less clogging ink. We call ours Magic Flow. Essentially, it's an ink, and of course, when it comes to clogging, any color can clog due to pigments, but the number one clogging culprit is the white because of the titanium dioxide pigments. And so one way to minimize clogging is by having your ink keep your pigments in dispersion. So although we do have a far less clogging ink than what we believe is on the market, otherwise we call the Magic Flow ink on the white side, we also realize that not everybody is going to use our inks. And there are a lot of ink manufacturers and a lot of ink suppliers on the market. And so we have a product that works phenomenally well with any ink on the market, whether it's DTG, DTF, even other types of inks, but within those categories, any brand of ink. We call it Magic Mix. Magic Mix is a solution that you can mix in a particular ratio with any ink on the market, and we make it available in the white format, yellow, magenta, cyan, and black, although by far and away the white is the best seller because people are mostly affected and concerned with clogging on their white inks. And you mix this in a format of 1:17. We provide it in 60 ml or 2 ounce sizes. The most common size of ink on the market is usually 1 liter. So if you pour one of these 2 ounces into your 1 liter, that's your ratio. You shake it up before you add your ink into your printer, and far and away, it will minimize clogging substantially.
So to me, Dan, as I'm not a doctor, so I'm just a little guy. But to me,
of course,
it's an additive, right? So this is an ink additive that basically moisturizes ink going through the head and prevents it
Mhm.
from drying quickly. So it's like, to me, I look at it like, these gals are all getting their hair dyed, and then they spend a ton of money on these conditioners. And essentially what this is, it's a really, really, really good conditioner. And so we know how to combine chemistry, and we found that this works extremely well, and we're seeing massive reductions in clogging. And so just another kind of happy accident as along the way that we found works really, really effectively.
I pulled up some additional media here, for example, and there's a brand of ink here that's not our brand of ink. There's a printer in here that's not our printer. But this is a post by a customer showing how they're using our Magic Mix product in their ink and printer system, and how it minimizes clogging for them. Lots of quotes, lots of additional happy customers, and we know this works very well. And we've done very, very objective tests where we'll take, and a lot of our customers have done this as well if they're really interested in it. Take a bottle of white ink in a transparent bottle and let it sit for a while, a week, 2 weeks, a month, and you'll see that sedimentation, you'll see that color change, and then do that comparison with the same ink with a ratio of 1:17 with our Magic Mix, and you won't see that separation. So that's what Magic Mix is, and then by design, we have our own ink that has the Magic Mix in it. So if you're looking for a less clogging white ink, this is, in our opinion, the best white ink for you, what we call the Magic Flow white ink. But if you're happy with your ink supplier, but you're still experiencing clogging, because I think if anybody tells you they don't, they're not being honest.
Absolutely.
Magic Mix will work with any ink on the market.
Okay.
So, and these are all MagicLine products are patent pending. So we've talked about the Magic Seal and Magic Mix, and some Magic Clean. One of our very successful categories is a line of products that we call DTF solutions.
Okay.
And there are a few of them. So I just want to pull up a comparison chart.
Here we go.
There we go. So when it comes to solutions on the market, what we found is kind of a shotgun approach by most suppliers. One solution for cleaning, maybe a solution for capping. And when we started our chemistry for cleaning and other purpose solutions, we developed very specific, perfectly suited solutions for specific uses. So we have our DTF solutions in a cleaning solution, and they each have their purpose. There are things that they do and there are things that they don't do. So the cleaning solution is our standard cleaning solution that will help resolve clogs. We have 3 sets of cleaning solutions. We have our cleaning, our extreme cleaning, and our last chance solution. They all will do cleaning. They all are at different price points and are more aggressive at cleaning. Last chance, of course, meaning if you're just about to throw your printhead away, this is the time to use the last chance solution. Give it one last chance. Extremely strong solution. After you use the last chance, you got to run the cleaning solution through your printhead to clear out the last chance. But we have revived, and our customers have revived, many printheads that were otherwise destined for the garbage.
Yeah, so Dan, in our DTF space and DTG space, a lot of the printers coming in from China that are actually flooding in have OEM Epson heads, and it's incredible how fast and how efficient and how detailed these heads can print. But when you clog one, they're $1,000 to $2,000 to replace a head. And so
your printer basically becomes a boat anchor.
It's like, you've lost a tire and somebody tells you, well, now it's $2,000 to replace a tire, otherwise your car won't work. It's extremely painful. And so last chance is like, okay, I'll try anything, even if I do slight damage to the head. I just need this thing up and running because I have jobs to do. And so, yeah, these levels of aggression refer to how strong the chemistry is, how concentrated the chemistry is.
Solution that does
There
pretty
you
much
go.
everything except for the deplasticizing. So the Magic Clean is now in our Magic line of products coming back here.
Okay.
Now, our most recent release, and a lot of these products that you see in these other subcategories have to do with our Magic Line printers,
Mm-hmm.
which are in a category of their own, which we call HTF, heat transfer foil. So, what is HTF? We print with Magic ink, our patent pending clear clog free ink, not low clog, but clog free ink. We spray with what we call our Magic Bond solution, and you press foil, not vinyl, which is a lot thinner than vinyl. And this is the result.
Wow,
Very cool.
amazing.
That's it in demonstration, and we can do a live demonstration. But essentially, it's a line of printers that have a very low entry point, and I think I have a comparison somewhere here. Let's see. Sorry for the quick scrolling. Maybe it's on this page.
So foils have been around for a very long time, and they're often used post DTG or a post DTF press, but they do involve very acute timing situations where the ink has
Mhm.
to be at a certain moisture level, and so there's a demand for it, but the control of it and the usefulness of it is difficult for most DTG and DTF users. Um, Contrast that also with a whole industry that wants to do foils and that wants to do them because it's a very, very nichey and very, very kind of one-off for a very specific thing. Maybe it's seasonal for Christmas. Maybe it's for a very specific birthday. Maybe it's for a very specific function. So foil is a very much a demanded garment decorating technology, but it's not something that the average print shop or the average DTF printer or even DTG printer can do. And so it's a high demand, but not often found simple solution out there. And this is what this is addressing.
So, coming back here just to some products that I have on the desk, just to kind of show you what the finished product, looks like. And this, hard to obviously show on screen, but incredibly soft. So for
Amazing.
someone in the vinyl industry, they might be able to pull something like this off, but they're going to need a cutter. They're going to need to weed, and they're
Yeah.
not going to be happy with how it feels.
Hmm.
So we're able to produce better quality
Wow.
images in the vinyl industry because it's digitally printed with our Magic ink. I'll show you the cartridges when we go do the demo.
We can show it in the demo room.
Yeah, so our Magic ink, and to transfer film, you transfer that to your fabric, and then with our adhesion solutions, the Magic Bond, you're able to get the foils to adhere, and then quick peel without any weeding involved. Ultra soft, cheaper than vinyl, much cheaper than vinyl, although vinyl is pretty cheap. Feels better, looks better. The only thing that vinyl has on HTF at this time, and we have a solution for that in the works, is that some people in the vinyl industry do printable vinyl. So you could do multi-colors. We're
Yeah.
limited right now to single color, but these are single colors that are available in a lot of different options. and they give you metallic effects, holographic effects, matte effects, all sorts of colors, gradient effects.
So
So that's where we're at.
is it all foil then that you're using for HTF?
So the technology we call HTF, heat transfer foil, and foil right now is the primary source of the color and effects. However, we have other pathways to color. So the product line includes, and this is our an example of our magic foils.
Mm-hmm.
They're all in the magic line. So we have our magic foils, we have our magic powders, which serve two purposes. We have a clear magic powder, which serves the purpose for, like similar to the DTF industry, to get the image to fuse to the fabric. But we also have colored powders. So our magic powders currently only available in a couple of colors, but more colors are in development. So you could get colors without the use of foils, and those transfers feel incredibly soft.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it's a vast sea of complexity, Dan. But let me just, as a lay guy, let me just put it into very simple terms. So imagine that you could take an off-the-shelf printer, call it $150, $250 in that price range, and with our inks and some of our sprays, you can make these kind of foils in your own
Sure.
home.
Amazing.
So there's a huge market in the silhouette, the cricut, the small business, the stay-at-home, the hobbyist market. It's gigantic.
Oh, the craft market is
The crafting market is huge. Yeah. So
gargantuan.
it is gargantuan. And so you have these issues of weeding, you have these high cost of materials, the machines themselves can be pricey. And so we're offering a solution to do these foils that look better, that feel better, for a much more reduced cost, and for very interesting applications like foil, of course, is the number one. Glitter, foil and glitter by themselves are a huge market segment demand. And then we've also got additional additional nichey things. But I think at this point, Dimitri should show us a little bit more of this.
Yeah, I think
this
it
side.
shows itself better than we can talk about it. But I'll also say, it comes back to, problems in the industry, or what are the pain points. So we feel that HTF falls somewhere between DTF and vinyl.
Mhm.
The main pain points for DTF are clogging and maintenance. So clogging and maintenance go away with HTF. Zero
Amazing.
clogging, zero maintenance.
And that's because of the inks.
And that's because of our magic inks.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're offering then is you can buy the printer from you, but you'll sell them the magic inks. Plus, are you selling the foil as well?
We do, yes. So
Is that a special foil, or is it off the shelf, or what?
It's our special foil, but I believe that you could find other foils that might work as well. Although our consumables are designed to work together. It's kind of like the DTF industry, where our inks, our films, our powders, they're designed to work together.
Work together. Yeah.
It's the optimal mix, because with foils you have different thicknesses, you have different coatings, and so they work better with our chemistry.
But yeah, so on the DTF side, concerns with clogging and maintenance go away. Zero clogging, zero maintenance. On the vinyl side, weeding goes away. Cutting goes away. The thick plastic feel goes away. So we're very excited about HTF and our MagicLine ONE. You mentioned about off-the-shelf printers, or Michael did, and that's actually part of our strategy. We don't want to lock the industry into having to buy our printer or buying an expensive printer.
Absolutely.
In due time, we will put out printers that have more functionality, and we can sell those. But for now, although you could buy a printer from us, you could also buy a common off-the-shelf printer, and we make the consumables bundle available for a lot of printers on the market, and we'll be expanding on that list. And we're targeting printers where people can buy at your regular for $100, $150, sub $200 printers. So you're in business for under $200. You do need a heat press. but pretty much everybody does, and everybody has
Yeah.
one.
Sure.
But you don't need a cutter, and you don't need anything else.
And no weeding
And no weeding.
And
and
no
no
weeding.
clogging.
No
Wow.
cut, no weed, no clog.
And of course, when it comes to vinyl, the kind of images that you can do because they're cut, you've got these silhouettes. That's why you also have brands like Silhouette in the cutter industry. They call themselves Silhouette. This is full digital detail because
Wow.
it's digitally printed.
Amazing.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, you can get to small details because it's a transfer process. It's not a cutting and weeding process,
Hmm.
and of course it doesn't feel like that. Now, we address small businesses, right? We address people at home wanting to be hobbyists and do these small things. But if you're a full-fledged DTF, DTG screen printing operation, and somebody comes to you and says, "I need 5 shirts with foils," your machinery is not geared for that. Your
Yeah.
systems, your inks, it's not geared for that. But you can buy our bundle for around $200-$250, and now be able to offer that immediately to customers that want it. So it suits quite a gamut.
Now, of course, as there is a foil market, there is a foil industry, but people use it as an afterthought. Oh, I have a DTF
Hmm.
printer. I have a
Mm.
$5,000 DTF printer that I could also add foil effects to. It's an
Yeah.
afterthought. It's not designed to work that way, and you've got a $5,000 printer that you're purposing for something that it's not intended for.
Yeah.
Here you have a standalone system. It's an ecosystem with our MagicLine consumables and the magic ink, which is really the secret weapon here, where you have a zero clog, zero maintenance system that is designed for foil. But
Okay.
like I said, also, we have other pathways that are patent pending also for the color, primarily the powders. Michael mentioned glitter. That's something that, maybe we
How
weren't
many
supposed
colors of powders do you think you'll have?
I let out a secret I wasn't supposed to let out.
Colors, right now we have over a dozen colors.
Okay.
Wow.
On the foil side, of course, there's
Mhm.
dozens of them. On the powders, we only have a couple. We have a gray, we have a black, but we have others in development. We have a red, a royal blue, and we're also working on potentially metallic kind of powders, golds and
Okay.
silvers.
Let's
So the
show them.
powder, would those be an adhesive type powder or what?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Great. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as Dan said earlier today, there's nothing like these products, and I believe we all saw that with your overview. Thank you so much.
So now here, the proof is in the pudding.
Please.
Let's see a demo.
I could have some pudding. Okay, yeah. So while I'm here, I guess I could quickly just show you. I had some of the products that I wanted to show you live, but we got talking about them more than showing them. So we've got our Magic Seal. We have our DTF solutions that I talked about, the cleaning maintenance, last chance. There's our Magic Clean solution. These are our Magic mixes, and a couple of samples here of our Magic foils. But
Yeah,
just
in
quick aside.
what
Yeah,
yes,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just going to ask you about your ink for your HTF line.
Mhm.
What kind of printers are they?
Yeah, good question. So we intend to release a Magic Ink series for all the big brands.
Okay.
We actually started with Canon,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that's what we have available at this time. We're still fine tuning our Magic Inks for Epson heads, and also working on Brother, by the way.
Brother's an interesting solution because you don't see them in this application or these types of applications actually. So
Correct.
yeah.
Correct, and this is where I think we're kind of breaking boundaries and knocking on some doors that otherwise are left unlocked. And our goal is to make make it affordable. An
Amazing.
affordable solution that solves some of the problems that are out there. Okay, so R&D bench here that I walked up to where we have some printers that we're actually putting in development that are in development for us to put out. Right now, we're using off-the-shelf printers. So which you could buy from us in bundles or buy the printer yourself and get the consumables. These are our Magic Ink cartridges for this
Mhm.
particular printer option.
Okay.
Magic Ink is a transparent ink.
Show these
Magic Ink
t-shirts.
are you running 4 colors or just how many colors are you running?
It's one color for the entire printer.
It's clear ink.
Okay.
It's clear ink, yeah.
Okay, so it's
we
clear ink
we
and you're running all 4 channels then, or how
correct
does that work?
4 or 5 or however many the printer has. We do have a pathway that we're working on where we'll introduce color to some of the other channels, and those will be swap out cartridges for the printers if you want to do multicolor. So we're working on a multicolor option, some of the results that you're going to be able to achieve.
And that's what people want to see, these kind of results.
This, by the way, I wish you could feel it. I don't. If I had to close my eyes, I wouldn't tell you where the print is. That's how soft this is.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is done with magic powder.
Okay,
No foil.
so to be clear, this uses a magic ink on a
Yeah.
standard off-the-shelf printer, and then it uses the thermal polymer powder that is black. So essentially, the film transfer, it looks like that prior to application.
I was just going to say, so this film is being put through your printer. What kind of software are you using on the front end?
No
develop
special
the
software.
image?
You can use any
That's
software.
No software needed. Yeah.
There's no RIP software needed. It's,
All you need to be able to do is mirror your image, which you can do from Microsoft Word or Windows.
Okay.
it's a transfer, so you have to mirror the image.
Yeah, here as an example, this is vinyl. This I'm sure everybody's familiar with. This shiny plastic you feel, you can see I can basically bend it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's vinyl. This here is our magic foil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really soft.
Yeah.
You can see the bends there.
Yeah, you could compare just a little bit maybe by.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one here, I had double-sided. No, it's a different one.
T-shirt, you can see it on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
You can see that. You can immediately, on an actual T-shirt, you can see how it's.
So back to the transfers. As I mentioned, we have the clear powder. So this is what a clear transfer will look like, and we can print one and powder it. So this is a design that we'll press today.
This is an example with this and with.
And then this is with black powder. So if you wanted a black image or any of our other colors that we will ultimately make available in magic powders, you won't need the foil. You'll powder with your colored magic powder and transfer that to your image, and this would be your result. And then there's a line of consumables. We have our magic ink, and these are also refillable. We have our magic powders, and then some solutions that are used in the process. The magic dust off being one of the secret ingredients. So we said we printing from Microsoft Word in this case here.
Using an off-the-shelf printer.
Very
Using an
basic
off-the-shelf
software
printer.
package to print.
Yep. No special software needed. What you got is what you got.
It's a very
And
interesting
then-
process. By the way, you're talking about your white. I'm talking about colors of powders. Will you do a white powder as well?
Yes. Already have one, just working to improve it. So we'll come over here. This again is kind of a lab environment, but a lot of our customers would be, in similar types of settings. This is our clear TPU.
Okay.
So we cure.
How many minutes?
75 seconds. Okay, so this transfer sheet now is essentially ready. We do have a process to remove powder fines, which is with a magic dust off and a magic rinse solution, which is essentially spraying it to remove fines that are in areas where the image is not on. And then we are ready to press that onto the garment, and we have some samples here, including that same design.
Yeah.
Great.
Just cut around the image, and then we would press it to a shirt. Transfer with a Teflon sheet, Teflon protective sheet.
You can also use craft paper or baking paper.
And in our bundles and in our packages, we include all the accessories. So we said about 20 seconds. Obviously, depends on your garment type. We didn't mention it specifically, but this technology will work on all garment types. So we're doing 335 on cotton for about 20 seconds. As I mentioned, we're using a cold peel film, so we'll give it about 10, 20 seconds before we peel. Always interesting to see people's solutions for cooling down the transfers faster. One of our biggest customers says his wife always passes him a cold beer to roll it over the transfer.
Or a hairdryer. And voila.
Wow.
So this is a clear transfer at this point. And next we're going to spray it with Magic Bond.
The good thing about sprays, as opposed to sheet covers, is you only need that specific area. So if you're doing smaller logos, it doesn't waste it. You only use a little bit of spray over the actual area, printable area. So
There is a silicone sheet that we also include in our bundle, so this will protect the foil. And we're keeping the same temperature for how long? For 20 seconds. Okay, there's the roller action that we talked about. And then we're going to do a second press after we roll, and then a quick peel. Okay, we're going back for a second press. This time for 12 seconds. Oh, then actually, there is one more step at the end. We're talking, Michael's talking about making it feel even better. We use our Magic Seal sheet as a very final post press.
Amazing.
Looks great.
It looks amazing.
And then we'll put it under a press one more time.
So it lends itself well to solid graphics, solid vectors.
Okay.
And there it is.
Amazing.
Voila. Hey, thank you so much. That was really outstanding. This new lineup truly is magic. Did you catch that, MJ? Magic. By the way, I believe we may get a glimpse of the MagicLine products at the upcoming Impressions Expo in Long Beach on January 22nd through the 24th. And now it's time for Win Pong. MJ, why don't you explain it and kick things off?
Absolutely, Dan. Guys, before we wrap up, we're going to play Win Pong, our fast-paced Q&A round. Think of it like the ping pong style interviews that have gone viral across Latin America. Quick questions, quick answers, lots of energy, so it's gonna be fun. So this is Win Pong with Dimitri and Michael. First question: where did you attend high school?
South Africa.
Same as Elon Musk, South Africa.
Both of us.
Both of you with us.
Really?
All three of us, including Elon Musk.
Okay, when you first went to uni, what was your major?
For me, biological sciences, but I quickly pivoted into economics, did both, and then ended up in medical school, and then, Dr. Inc.
Actually, I did economics.
You did?
Wow.
I majored in law.
Okay.
Okay.
This is an interesting one. Go ahead.
Yeah. How many companies have you started?
I have lost track, but I'm going to say 4.
Okay.
I don't start companies. I usually end them.
You end them or you grow them?
How many companies have I closed down? No, we're serial entrepreneurs, both of us. We've had. I mean, I've done all kinds of things. We've been in film production, and we've been in e-commerce, and we've been in all kinds of things.
But I'll give you the real answer for Michael. His real answer is he doesn't start companies, he grows them.
Oh, okay. Like that.
So what was your first website and what was the application?
Initially, it was called Ink Refills or Us. Then I got worried about, what are they? Babies or Us? So I quickly
Toys R Us.
Yeah, so even though it had nothing to do with that industry, it was ink. But that turned into very quickly 123refills.com.
No, I'm not getting involved in these questions. These are Dimitri questions.
Okay. How did you both meet?
I was in e-commerce, and Dimitri was in ink development. And the company I was the vice president of, was one of the largest sellers of Epson compatible ink cartridges in the market at the time. It was around 2000, the year 2000, way before you were born, MJ. And Dimitri wanted to supply us inks, and
Okay.
that's how we met.
And actually, funny story. This isn't a very fast ping pong here, but pong is it called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
without the beard.
Yeah, but no, I do remember meeting Mike, and it was over the phone. And I called him because I wanted to connect with his company. He was a big mover and shaker, both in consumable space, but also in CD DVD media. Michael, you guys were pretty big at that time.
Yeah.
But I called him, and I left a voicemail, and he called me back, and he had the same accent as me, so we connected right away.
Mm.
And he asked me where I was physically at that moment, and I couldn't lie to him. So I told him, I'm in medical school. I'm just outside my lecture hall. And, I'm trying to grow a business.
Just remember that.
Remember
wow.
that? Yeah.
Wow.
The relationship started over just clean honesty,
Yep.
Wow.
and
Yep.
it stayed that way.
Come over here, I said. So
Yeah,
okay,
come see me, he said.
come see me.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
MJ, why don't you go on and tell a joke?
Okay. This is a really bad joke, but okay.
Is it a Dan joke?
Yeah, it's a dad
Hey,
joke.
come on now. Come on.
Okay. Okay, Dimitri, please follow along with this.
Uh-huh.
So, knock knock.
I'm sweating a little bit, but
Who's
who's there?
Adhesion.
Adhesion
Adhesion
who?
Once ETF sticks, it is permanent.
Okay, fine.
There's a small audience for that, MJ, but okay.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, it's so bad. By the way, Dan wrote this. Not me. It's not my fault. It's him.
Oh, me, MJ, how could you throw me under the bus like that? You know, the reason I write these things is because I have more fun listening to MJ read them because she has to read them.
I know.
You
Yeah,
can
who's
thank
throwing you under the bus, Dan?
Yeah.
You can thank ChatGPT for that one. Hey, Dimitri, Michael, this has been not only educational but lots of fun. Thanks for doing this with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Dan. Thank you, MJ. Always a pleasure.
See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Okay,
See you in
see you
Long
soon.
Beach.
Yeah, see you in Long Beach.
All right.
Hey, what's your booth number? Do you know?
3519.
3519.
Nice corner booth. And working on it, so I can't promise it yet, but I think we're going to have some real magic in the show.
Great.
Ah.
We'll be having
Interesting.
We'll have lots of videos with you then.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much. I agree, Dan. This has been another great WIN StreamIt session. Thank you guys so much. We truly appreciate your participation today.
Absolutely, MJ. It's a fantastic session. And before we close, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to WIN Quick News, our weekly newsletter, delivered straight to your inbox.
And I've got some really exciting news. We're getting ready to launch a brand new online feature called WIN PrintSpot in early 2026.
WIN PrintSpot. Tell everyone about it, MJ.
Okay, imagine a Shark Tank style format where product experts pitch their graphics products in a fast, engaging way. We're also planning to include our Wing Pong segment and another fun feature called Fact or Fiction. I think people are really going to love it.
I think so too. Hey, there's nothing else like it in the graphics market today.
Yeah.
Well, which could be good or possibly bad. But I'm choosing good.
Yeah, we both are.
Yeah.
And we've got another great feature
Mhm.
on the way. Maybe you've seen it before. Win Update currently in beta. It's a 3 to 5 minute weekly roundup of graphics industry news in a newscast format curated from our Win Quick News newsletter. Available in both English and Spanish, and we'll be rolling it out fully in January of 2026.
That's for sure. You know, we've been busy in 2025, MJ, and it looks like 2026 is going to be even busier.
Yeah.
Hey, in the meantime, don't forget to stay connected with us at www.worldimagingnews.com for the latest updates.
And for our Spanish speaking friends, www.worldimagingNewsLatina.com.
And that's a wrap for this episode of WIN StreamIt. I'm Dan Barefoot.
And I'm MJ.
Until next time, be healthy, keep smiling, and we really hope you have a safe and happy holiday.
Manténganse saludables, sigan sonriendo y felices y seguras fiestas.